That's why whenever like I do my videos about college football, I always start and end it with will college football ever crown a true champion? Like, will there ever be a true champion in college football? I mean, because like it's the same 8 teams that are in the top every year. It's like the same 10 teams every year, and they just switch spots. And like every now and then, you'll see some new team that they'll talk about, like the UCFs or Boise State or something.
Well,
and then as soon as they lose one game, they're out.
Raging Cajuns are hot right now. They're gonna be coming in. They're gonna make the playoffs.
What team is that?
The Raging Cajuns.
Well, where's that at?
Hot.
Where's that
That'd
at?
be nice in theory.
Yeah, I think the Cajuns are gonna be the ultimate upset team. I think they're gonna win this year.
Honestly, I don't think any team from the Big 12 is going to make the playoffs. I think that Oklahoma loss you guys had to Kansas State is going to hurt your resume, and then our loss to TCU is going to hurt too. So
I don't like the fact.
But
I don't like the fact that there's 45 bowl games.
I know.
Because honestly, like the bowl games really mean nothing anymore.
even the New Year's Six bowl games, like the games that they brag about on December 31st, like or January 1st or whatever, like nobody gives a shit about those games. Like the only games they care about is the college playoff games, and that's the 2 semifinals and then the champion. And if you're not playing in that, I don't care personally. Like Texas will probably make some butt bowl game in early December, and I won't even give 2 shits to watch it.
Yeah, I mean that's honestly like how it is with Pitt every year. They make like some BBVA's Compass Bowl, and nobody wants to watch that.
Aren't you guys in the ACC?
Yeah, no, yeah.
See,
he doesn't cheer for Pitt, man.
But see, here's the thing though. The reason why the college playoffs is a disaster, because if you look at the Division III, they have a top 8 playoff. So I don't want to hear this crap about, oh, well, the players and injuries and stuff. I'm like, okay, well, Division III takes shots, took a risk, and they've been doing it for years, for decades. So don't give me this crap about how college playoff can't do it. Like for the top Division I, I don't want to hear that. And you know, because Division III, there's still players that go to the NFL from those schools. So I don't want to hear this crap about why they can't do it. You can get it done. Get it done. I say, like, obviously the top 8 is probably where they're going to max out at, but I wouldn't be surprised if people say, I say at least a top 12 or top 16, because I think that if you're in the top 25, like, what does it mean? Like, they'll say top 25 and show a poll. I'm like, okay, but what does that really mean? Because only 4 of those schools matter. Like, only the top 4 matter. So I think they'll go to a top 8. But I wouldn't be surprised in 5 or 6 years they'll probably consider maybe a top 12 and do like the NFL where the top 4 get a bye. I think that it has to be a reasonable number, and I think you got if you're in the top 12 or top 16, it only makes sense to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It only makes sense because like if you're ranked 25 or 24. Let's just say hypothetically, like you're in the top 25, and let's say you're 25 or 24, you can make the playoffs at 16. You just got to win some like big games that put you there. But if you're jumping from 25 to 4, that seems almost unrealistic.
You know,
Very unrealistic.
Yes.
I think the other thing that really bothers me about the playoff system that they have now is you could be Alabama and have 1 loss and be in the playoff.
Yes.
But you could be a team like Iowa and be undefeated, and you end up ranked 10th because you're not in the right conference.
Yeah, that's so fucked.
And not only that, but there's like every team that's ranked in the top 8 is either SEC or ACC. Like majority of the teams are from those divisions, you know?
Right.
And it's like college football. You damn got to go undefeated even to have a chance. And even then, you still there's like at least 10 or there's like at least 5 or 6 or 7 undefeated teams, and not even like maybe sometimes only like 2 will get in, and the other 2 teams have like 1 or 2 losses. It's like stupid.
Yeah, and then then you've got the 5 power conferences.
Yeah.
That have their own television network. and that are generating revenue for their schools from the TV, right?
Yeah.
But then you've got everybody outside of those conferences, with the exception of Notre Dame, because they have their own contract with NBC, that have nothing.
You know, it was the last Pittsburgh player I think we drafted. The Texans got. I think it was like back in 2012. We got Doran Dickerson from Pittsburgh. I don't know if you remember him. Wide receiver.
Yeah, he was a wide receiver.
He wasn't that bad coming out of Pittsburgh, and he had an okay like first or second year with us. But after that, he just kind of fell off. We just never heard from him ever since.
Yeah, and it's like the one, like the two players from Pitt right now that are doing better than I thought they would be in the NFL are Aaron Donald, of course, and Tyler Boyd.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, Raptorsgurl, like, I don't know if you watch Oklahoma football this year, but I like that kid y'all got,
Of
that
course I
red shirt
do.
freshman. I call him the little albino kid. His name is like something Rattler, Spencer Rattler.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
I
you,
don't know. I like him. My favorite has been Kyler Murray. Like, he's been by far my favorite.
yeah, but he's not in. So you got Spencer Rattler, and you got that other guy that I think he's a sophomore. His name is
Dude,
I can't think of his name. Let me pull it up.
Who I fucking love right now is Mims. I am fucking obsessed.
Oh, you talking about
right
Marvin Mims Jr.? That dude is a beast.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Did you know I watched the Texas OU game? Like, I went to work, I couldn't watch it. I came home, it was 5 hours video on YouTube. Call me crazy. I sat through the entire thing and watched it. I watched the entire game from start to finish.
Dude, that game was so good. I'm glad you didn't fucking break your TV.
Oh, it's called Tanner Mordecai.
The guy I watch is from the streams. Upload every Sooner game on every Monday. His name is Sooner Dude.
Now I'll tell you who's really good on Oklahoma that y'all got. That guy Charleston Rambo, the receiver, and then y'all got the other guy Drake Stoops. That dude was a beast.
Yeah.
Yes. Rambo. Forgot about that guy.
And then of course y'all's running backs. And again, I have to look this up to have to remember because I don't remember OU. TJ Pledger had a good running game against us, and so did Marcus Major. Marcus Major had like 2 touchdowns against us.
Major was good. I like Major.
Yeah, Marcus Major was a beast. I liked him a lot. But yeah, those were the guys that obviously I can remember like right off the bat. You know.
Hall. We got Hall too. He's good.
I'm trying to think of his first name. What position does he play?
I think he's like I don't know, like I don't remember the position name, not like the side end, but like.
Okay, yeah. Oh, he's on defense. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. He's one of y'all's corners. Yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah, but Marcus Mims, he had a really good game against us in that Texas game. Did you watch the game?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you guys. Who do y'all play this week? Do you remember? Let me see.
No, I don't.
Let's see.
Look it up real quick.
Yeah, I'm about to look it up right now too. Let me see who they play. Missouri State? No. Y'all played us, and y'all play at TCU on the 24th. That's this week, right? Yeah, that's this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all play.
This week at TCU.
Yeah, and then y'all play at Texas Tech. Then y'all host Kansas off. Then y'all play Oklahoma State, who's ranked 6th, and they're undefeated in the Big 12. So you guys are gonna have a shot at beating them. Then we play them too. We play Oklahoma State later on.
Are you fucking kidding me? We gotta play OSU. Oh.
Yeah, but OSU is a home game, so they've got that in their favor.
Yeah, y'all usually own them. You know, okay, can y'all name any players that came from Stillwater, you said? Did you say that, Raptorsgurl?
No, I just said we're gonna fucking die.
Nah, the only players I know that came from Oklahoma State is like Dez Bryant. Who else? Mason Rudolph. And he played. He's one of the quarterbacks for the Steelers. Yeah.
Yeah, Mason Rudolph. He's a joke. Let's see. Who am I thinking of?
He's a joke.
He is a joke.
You don't like Mason Rudolph?
No, he's not a very good quarterback. He's not accurate. He can't read defenses. I mean, Mike Gundy has a good system down there, but it seems like it didn't translate well to him.
You know, Oklahoma State got awarded the national title in 1945. I'm like, because like they have won some. Because now like the NCAA they feel bad, so now they're like giving trophies to like teams that won way back in the day, and like Oklahoma State now they're now technically credited as a national champion, like they won title. So in 1945 they got the title, so they've been awarded the national. Like all those players are almost dead or like too old to like hold it, so they just like put it in the record book, like, oh, we recognize you as a national champion for that year. I'm like, how disrespectful is that? That's why like they need to have a playoff system. That's why. This is why.
Yeah, and well, at the same time, there was only like 14 college football teams at that time. So.
Facts.
Yeah, exactly. The original 6.
Yeah, that's great. So, anyways, let's go ahead and get to football. Like I said, Raptorsgurl, you're 61-30. You're first in your division. Like, how does it feel?
This is my year. Honestly, I've been shitting the bed every other year, so finally I got something going.
Well, what Raptorsgurl forgot to tell you guys is that she made it to the NBA Finals this year.
Yeah, oh shit.
Out of 42 people, she was one of the finalists, one of the 2 finalists. That's not bad.
Tell me that one. Nice.
Yeah, she made it to the NBA Finals, but she didn't win. She had the Heat, and her opponent had the Lakers.
Yeah, if I had a say in the matter, I'd have the fucking Lakers, but
yeah, you were the 10th seed going into the finals, and I think your opponent was like ranked 4th, I think. So he owned the pick. Yeah, but hey, at least you managed to win 2 games, so you forced it to a game 6. So at least you could say you've been to a championship. That's an accomplishment.
Yeah,
Small
definitely.
steps at a time.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so you guys are ready to dig into this week NFL picks for Week 7?
Yeah.
All right, so let's introduce your friend at the top. What's your name?
JD.
JD's your name?
JD.
And so how long you been a Pittsburgh Steelers fan?
Yeah, Steelers all the way.
How long you been a Steelers fan for?
Oh, probably since I was old enough to know what football was.
Okay, so would you say 20 years? Would you say 25 years, 15 years, 10 years? Like how long you've been watching them for?
About 40
years, yeah.
Okay, that's cool. You look kind of young. That's why I was asking, because you look young, dude. You know, I mean, if you shaved, you'd pass by somebody who's 25. Real talk.
Well, appreciate that.
And you still look young. Like, just looking at you, you have a baby face, dude.
Yeah, the only thing that gives me away is if I take the hat off. I'm like kind of going bald up top.
So is EDP, though.
Hey, man, I got a buddy named Alex who's 20 years old, and he's already got the dagger going down his head. He's already, like, losing all the hair here and here, and he's got a dagger going straight down the middle. Looks like a knife just sitting on his head like this. Well, anyways, so are you guys ready to make your NFL picks?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and go down to Week 7. Technically, I already made a video by myself, but I'll elaborate and go into my picks and say why I picked them. So I'll go last, so that way I don't feel like I'm influencing you guys. And then we'll go from there. Okay, so first, I guess we'll stick with Thursday's game. It's a game that really nobody gives a shit about. The New York, unless you're a fan of these two teams, the New York Giants travel to Philly to take on the Eagles. Wow, that's going to be a tough one. We'll start with JD. JD, who do you got?
Winner, but I'm going to take the Eagles here.
Okay. Okay. And so, Raptorsgurl, who do you got? Giants at the Eagles.
I got the update that Ertz is going to be out for a while, so because of that, I'm going to go with the Giants.
Oh, she's going with Danny Dimes, and that's Raptorsgurl.
All right.
You know what's funny? Raptorsgurl hates doing live streams with other women, but she has no problem doing it with the guys. I think she just wants all the guys to herself.
Well, the thing is...
Oh, if it's true, it's to say it's true. You know, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, one of the guys.
Okay.
Remember when we brought Jeff on? And you kept calling him John?
Oh, yeah, that's right. We did do picks with him. That's right. I remember that guy. All right, so we got your pick for that one. Let's go ahead and go to the next set of games. All right. Well, this is also not going to be a very popular game unless you're a fan of these two teams. The Dallas Cowboys head down to Washington to take on the football team, also known as Redskins. So, Cowboys head to Washington. I mean, this has a lot of history behind it, and these two will play. It's a division game, so there's something to look forward to. Crappy-ass NFC East showdown. We'll start with Raptorsgurl. Who do you got?
I'm going to go with the Dallas streak to continue, so I'm going to go with the football team on this one.
Oh, you're going with the football team. Okay, so you got Washington football team. Okay, so she's got Cowboys and Indians. They're having a battle on the field. Cowboys and Indians. JD, who do you got? Who wins this match? The Battle of Little Bighorn.
Well, Cowboys got the gun, so I think they're going to win this one.
He who has the gun holds the power. Oh, and I picked the Eagles for Thursday night, and also for this game, I got the Washington football team by default because I think both of these teams are terrible. I don't care if you have Joe Haskins in. All those quarterbacks, they're all garbage. It doesn't matter. Andy Dalton, whatever. Honestly, you could throw all five of those quarterbacks and let them play at the same time, and it's not going to be any different. I think Washington just wins by default. I think they win like 17-16. It's just like some low-scoring game. 13-12.
No, it's going to be like 10-3 or something.
I feel like we'll see Alex Smith before the end of the game again, though.
Oh, shit. Well, I'm glad he's back after he had that terrible injury. I thought his career was done. They said he was supposed to lose his leg. That's like how bad the injury was. Because his whole bone came out of the leg. It's nasty. Like, if you thought Dak Prescott's ankle injury was bad, type in Alex Smith's leg injury when he got on the field like 2-3 years ago. Dude, his bone came out of his leg. And they said he was probably going to lose it. Yeah, they said he was going to get amputated. So for him to come back, yeah.
He had, 16 surgeries?
Yeah, and one player said that when his bone came out, when the blood was coming out, it had a smell, and it smelled like shit. Like it was like a rotted smell. And he said that he almost vomited. Yeah, the players around.
There were so many things about that game and that play, like, that were really scary coincidences. Like, they said the very same thing happened to Joe Theismann on the very same day at the very same spot on the field.
Wow. But, you got to admit something. I think with the technology and the medicine we have now, like a Joe Theismann or whatever, right, could be able to have the surgeries that Smith had and could have saved his career.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and go to the next game. All right, so we have, this should be an interesting matchup. Buffalo Bills are on a 2-game losing streak. They're 4-2. They travel to a team who has not won yet. The New York Jets are 0-6. We're going to start with JD. Who do you got, man?
The Bills are going to continue the campaign to get Adam Gase out, so got the Bills on this one.
All right, Raptorsgurl, you got?
Yeah, it's the Bills easily, man.
Yeah.
The Jets are going to keep fucking choking.
Bills are going to win this game. Like, I wouldn't be surprise,
with their eyes closed.
like 49-7 or something like that. And the
Yeah.
Jets score like 7 at the end of the game, or like in garbage time.
I'm just wondering, like, what the Jets are going to do when they get the number 1 pick, because Trevor Lawrence is the guy, so are they going to take another quarterback, or are they going to trade it?
That's going to be, because them and the Giants, well, yeah, the Jets are so far winless, so it looks like they may get it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, the next matchup we got is Carolina at New Orleans. Ooh, this is going to be a good one. We'll start with the Raptorsgurl, right? Did you do the last pick first? No, JD did. So, yeah. Who do you got?
Yeah.
Carolina at New Orleans. The Panthers are 3-3, and the Saints are 3-2.
Oh, shit. Honestly, this is such a fucking hard pick. But the thing is, the Saints have a really fucking shitty defense.
Mm-hmm.
And the Panthers are just now starting to learn how to fucking get it done without McCaffrey. But for some reason, no matter how fucking shit their defense is, the Saints seem to still be able to pull a win out of their ass, and it's always like 48 to like 46, some bullshit like that. So I'm gonna go with the Saints barely win.
All right. Well, it is a division game, so it makes sense. JD, spit some lime on this. Who you got?
As long as Michael Thomas doesn't punch somebody out in practice this week, I got the Saints.
Okay. And I also picked the Saints as well, and I also picked the Bills in the last one, so that's no secret. All right, we're going to go to the next game. This should be interesting. It's going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are 1-5. They travel to the LA Chargers, who are also 1-4. Basically, both are 1-5 if you want to look at it equally.
Yep.
So Jaguars at Chargers, like somebody's got to bend. I guess I'll go first since I'm bored. I chose the Chargers just by default. Just they're at home. I think Justin Herbert will go on a rebound and light up the Jaguars. Jaguars are just that bad. Like like the Chargers actually had an opportunity to win a couple games. They're going to win this game. Who do you got, JD?
I'm going Chargers with this one. Justin Herbert looks pretty good. I think their defense is starting to come around, so I feel like they're gonna get him his first win.
All right, Raptorsgurl, who do you got?
Finishing the board all around.
Oh, you got the Chargers. Okay. All right, so we got a perfect record. Okay. All right, so I'll write you down for the Chargers. All right, the next one is going to be, Green Bay Packers. Just coming off a loss in Tampa against Brady. I think one of Aaron Rodgers' worst games he's played in a while. They are going down to Houston to take on the Texans, who are 1-5. So it's going to be Aaron Rodgers versus Deshaun Watson. Raptorsgurl, kick it off. What you got?
I'm gonna go with Green Bay for this.
Okay. JD, who do you got?
Yeah, I got Green Bay too.
Okay, I'm going with Green Bay. In this tournament, you have to put your fanhood aside, because when you're doing your picks, you have to you're trying to win as many games you can, and sometimes you have to play smarter, not play harder. So you got to play smarter. So sometimes you have to sell your soul to the devil to get a couple wins from your team if you know they're going to lose. So you have to sell your soul to the devil for a week or two, or 3 or 4 or 5. But anyways, yeah, I got Green Bay as well. They should rebound on this game. I think Texans will keep it close, but I think a 2-touchdown game, like 42-28. I got Packers to win. But all right, so we got all agreed with Green Bay. The next one is going to be the Cleveland Browns, who came off a pretty bad loss against Pittsburgh. They're 4-2. They travel to Cincinnati, who is 1-4-1. Ooh, JD, who do you got, man? Browns and Bengals.
I know Baker's a little banged up, but I think he bounces back this week, so Cleveland wins.
Okay. Raptorsgurl, who do you got? Your Browns, we're talking about Browns and Bengals.
I think because of the fucking rivalry and shit and all that bullshit, I think my Browns are gonna find a way to fucking get the major ass bullshit shakes. So as much as it sucks and as much as the Bengals records suck, unfortunately, the Bengals are gonna fucking win just because my Browns have a reputation of getting the fucking shakes.
Yeah, I know. And see, that's the thing. Like the Browns went like 7-4, I think in like 2011 or 2012, and that was like their last decent start. And then they lost all their games. They went 7-9, and like their only winning record. I think they had a winning record in 2010 with like 10-6 with Joshua Cribbs. Like went off. Derek Anderson had a good year. And then they had their playoff bust against the Steelers in 02-03 when they lost that 36-14 lead or whatever.
Jesus
And they
fuck
lost in
Browns.
overtime. Yeah, so the Browns have had a history of fumbling. I picked the Bengals as well because I think Joe Burrow's almost beat them the last time, and I think this time he'll get lucky. I think that when the Steelers rocked Baker Mayfield, you could tell he looked starstruck, and I think he's going to carry on in the next week. I think they'll lose again, and I got the Bengals for the upset. Okay, now the next game, we're going to go with this is the undefeated matchup that should have happened 2 weeks ago, but now it's going to be even better. You got JD's Pittsburgh, 5-0, going to Tennessee to take on the Titans, and King Henry, they're calling him now, at 5-0. So we got Ben Roethlisberger against King Henry. And I guess I'll go ahead and start off with this one. I freaking hate the Titans, so I jinxed it and picked the Titans so they'll lose. So I'll take a loss for the tournament. I picked the Titans to win. Raptorsgurl, you got? I saw you nodding your head.
Yeah, my number 2 team is fucking screwed. Fucking Steelers win. I
Okay.
got the fucking Steelers.
So you think the Titans' luck runs out this week?
Yeah, of course it does. Cause, like, I'm saying we because I have a habit of calling my top 2 teams we. So we damn near fucking lost to the Texans. So we're fucking screwed this week.
All right, well, JD, try to break some sense down in this game, and then tell me who you got.
Okay, so,
Hey, fuck you, man.
I think the Steelers are set up to stop Derrick Henry, but their problems are in secondary, and I think if Tannehill can get a good game passing, then Tennessee wins this one.
So you're picking
So you're
Tennessee?
actually going with the fucking.
Hey, that could be a jinx. He could be
You're
picking
only-
it.
I know, but the thing is, the Titans only win by fucking bullshit luck. That's all they've been winning by.
So you're saying it's not
The
like
fucking season is bullshit luck. That bullshit luck is gonna run out eventually, and it's gonna be fucking this week.
oh, okay. So you're saying like in the Texans game they should have lost the Texans.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what, and you know, just like looking at the last couple of weeks that the Titans have played, Tannehill has thrown 4 touchdown passes like the last 2 weeks.
Wow. Impressive.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you don't have 4 touchdown games by accident.
Facts.
Have you not seen the way your fucking Steelers have been playing? Y'all are fucking flawless.
Well, to be fair, I think Pittsburgh did struggle in some games. Like against the Giants, they kind of struggled a little bit before they ran it. And then the game against the Texans, you could even say that we jumped out to a 2-touchdown lead to start the game. I think like 14-3. So the Steelers have had, and then the Denver game too. Steelers barely got out of that one too.
The Eagle game, I mean, they got a big lead, but it was good that they got that big lead because it was kind of like once the Eagles started running and passing the way that they normally do, it was kind of hard to hold the lead. So,
All right, well, let's go ahead and go to the next one. You pick Tennessee, right?
yeah.
Okay. All right, next one is going to be the Detroit Lions head to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. The Falcons also fired their head coach too, and they won right after that, just like we did. But let's see. Matt Ryan's taking on Matthew Stafford, a classic showdown of 2 veterans. Detroit at Atlanta. Raptorsgurl, you got?
I got Matt Ryan.
Okay, so you're going with ATL?
It's literally just Team Matt Ryan.
Okay. All right, so JD, who do you got?
I'm actually going to go a little different here. I got Detroit, and It's because Detroit actually has a better secondary than people give them credit for.
Okay. All right, so you got the Detroit Lions. I also got Atlanta as well. I just picked it by default. Honestly, I didn't even know who to pick in that one. And every time I get confused, I always go with the home team. Yeah. Even though with COVID, it's like kind of limited home field, but I just follow that same criteria. I guess that makes sense. All right, let's go to the next one. The next one is wow. The Seattle Seahawks, undefeated. They're 5-0. They travel to the Arizona Cardinals, who are impressive, 4-2 with Kyler Murray and D-Hop and all that. This is going to be a classic division showdown. You're going to have two really good teams go at it. So we'll go ahead and I guess I'll start off first. I picked Arizona for the upset. I think that they will go in because they play Seattle very well. Every time they play them, they always win in Seattle. I know this is in Arizona, so it's different, but I think the Cardinals will come in with the upset. I think they're going to play with the firepower, and Kyler Murray's going to have options down the field like Fitzgerald and D-Hop. I like Arizona in this matchup. I think they pull the upset. They win at home. They give Seattle their first loss of the year. So, JD, who do you got, man?
I got Arizona because Seattle's defense is not the Legion of Boom anymore.
Nice.
It's going to be a shootout.
So, Raptorsgurl, who do you got?
I'm going to be taking the Seahawks for jinx because I just don't want to blow my brains out if my boy Kyler Murray fucks up. So
okay, you go with Seattle, so it's a win-win. If Arizona wins, you get the moral victory, but if Seattle wins, you get the tournament victory.
Yep.
Oh, okay. See, that's what we do in my tournament. So, like, if my Texans play Green Bay, if I pick Green Bay, I get the tournament win, but if Houston wins, I get the moral victory. So, like, either way, it's a win-win. So you, like, kind of, yeah, you get the moral victory, if that makes sense. Moral victory, the tournament victory. So either way, you walk out with a W. Okay. Yeah. So it's sort of like a psychological thing. It's a tournament thing we all do. Anyways, all right, let's go to the next one. Okay, this is going to be another classic showdown. We got the San Francisco 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo's back. He had an excellent game against the Rams, and they beat the Rams. He's heading down to take on his old team, the arch nemesis and the evil of Lord of Evil, Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft, the owner, and Cam Newton. So we're going to have the Niners at the Patriots. 49er Empire, Patriots Nation. 6 trophies against 5. The battle of evil and evil. So who wins this game, JD?
This one's pretty hard to call. I got the 49ers, even though Mostert's going to be out. Even though Mostert's going to be out this week, I feel like the Patriots just don't have enough weapons on offense.
All right, Raptorsgurl, what do you got?
I think Newton becomes the fucking star and everyone is all up Newton's ass again. Mostert is out. The defense is letting everyone in the fantasy picks down.
Yeah.
So I got the Patriots.
Okay, so you're going with the Patriots. Okay, so you're going with Cam Newton and the Lord of Evil, Bill Belichick. You know, believe it or not, I think Jimmy G's back. And I think he's going to go in New England. He's going to show them why you should have never traded me. And he's going to let loose with 5 touchdowns. And the way that the Patriots lost to Denver, I think that psychologically messed with them. I think the Patriots are now have come to the realization they're going to be a rebuilding team. And I think that's what's going to start this season. I think they're going to have a losing record. I think they'll finish like 5-11 or 4-12. I know Patriots fans don't want to hear that, but I think so, and I think the Niners are going to get the W. I think the Niners roll in this momentum with Jimmy G. So I got the Niners. All right, next is, you got the Kansas City Chiefs going to Denver to take on the Broncos. I picked the Chiefs. I hope so. I'm not going to sit there and elaborate on it. I think they rebound from they got a big win against Buffalo. They obviously that loss against Oakland is just a typical division game. Denver will give them a close shot, but I think KC comes out like 27-14. I got the Chiefs. What do you got, Raptorsgurl?
All I got to say is Team Mahomes. That's all I can say.
Chiefs. Okay, what about you, JD? Who do you got?
Make it unanimous. I mean, the Chiefs got Le'Veon Bell this week. So.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Raptors girl's laughing. She did. She. You think Le'Veon Bell is overrated?
He's the fucking laughing stock. Yeah.
Yeah. She was telling me that the other day. She's like, Le'Veon Bell, he's not even that good. Like, and he's not as good as he used to be and stuff. And maybe he should go. You know, but a lot of people said Le'Veon Bell should go back to Pittsburgh because sometimes, like, if you play with a certain team, you just know you're naturally it. And I think Le'Veon Bell, like, a lot of people said Le'Veon Bell should never took the money. He should have just stayed in Pittsburgh.
You know what? That might be true, but here's the thing: he's never played in a playoff game.
Oh shit, that's right.
I mean, the Steelers have made the playoffs pretty much every year that he was with us, but he's never played in any of the playoff games.
Oh, he's always been hurt?
Yeah.
Oof. Well, that says enough. Okay, so who do you got in that game, Casey?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's unanimous. Okay. All right, next is we got 2 games left. The Sunday night football. We got Tom Brady and the Bucks heading down to Vegas to take on the Raiders and Derek Carr in a rematch of the the Tuck Rule game. The Raiders want revenge, but do they get it? Raptors girl, who you got? Raiders and Bucks.
I got the Bucks.
Okay, so she's not fake. She thinks Brady lives on. Who do you got, JD?
Yeah, he does.
I got the Bucks for this one.
Okay, well, believe it or not, I think the Raiders get their revenge. And I like the way Derek Carr played against the Chiefs. Got a lot of momentum going on right there. I think Derek Carr is going to come out of the shadows of his brother David Carr, and he's going to show why he's his 7th or 6th year into the league. He's finally got it together. I think this move to Vegas is actually going to motivate them to play a little bit better. So I think psychologically, Derek Carr's in a better place. And as long as he stays healthy and all that, I think the Raiders get the upset victory against the Bucks. And I got the Raiders to win.
I feel like Derek Carr has like 2 games a season where he's like just off the charts, and he's already used one of them. So.
That's a good one. I like that. You're like, you used one of his mulligans. All right, Monday Night Football. This is going to be another good showdown. We got the Chicago Bears and Nick Foles. God damn it, that guy's all Nick. Every time you hear Nick Foles, is like he looks like a mini Tom Brady. He goes out there, he wins those big games. He wins those games now, and you're just like, damn it. So Nick Foles has found his resurgence with the Bears, who are 5-1. They travel to the Rams to take on, the LA Rams. Jared Goff are 4-2. So Raptors girl, what do you got? Nick Foles and Jared Goff, Bears at Rams. Who do you got?
I got the Bears. JD and I were so pissed at the Rams the other night. It's fucking bullshit. Like, shitting on Goff all the fuck. Like, what the fuck did Goff fucking do? Like, I got the Bears, and yeah, we were so pissed off of that game.
Okay. So, what do you got, JD?
I got the Bears in this one.
Okay, I picked the Rams. I just think at home they'll rebound. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Look, I'm telling you, Nick Foles is gonna run out of juice. His luck's gonna run out. And I picked against the Bears the last 2 weeks. Damn it, against the Foul Clowns, and they lost that game. And then I picked them against with the Panthers. I thought the Panthers winning 3 in a row was gonna win, and they didn't do it. I still think if the Bears win this week, I'll start changing and picking them from now on. But I still think that luck's going to run out eventually. The Bears got to run out of luck eventually. I think Nick Foles is going to have he's going to have a bad game sooner or later. And I think it starts this week against the Rams. So I got the Rams. All right, so that clears up week 7. So, man, you know the NFL now is doing a top 7 teams for the playoffs. Only the number 1 seed gets a bye now instead of 2.
Okay.
So that means 3 wild cards get in this year.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty good.
That's a good system. That's a good way to do it.
Yeah, and guess what? That means every team from your division now can make the playoffs.
So my Browns might make the fucking COVID.
Well, that means if, like, let's say whoever your division winner is gets in, and then let's just assume that 5, 6, and 7 are all from your division, then technically you could get in with all your teams in the same division.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it would be pretty cool. I know eventually the NFL wants to do a top 8. If so, that'll even be better. That means it's like NBA, you know?
Well,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what kind of is messed up about it is the NFC East this year. We could end up having a 6-10 team in the playoffs.
I'm willing to go even worse than that. I think the winner of the NFC East will go 5-11.
Oh my God, man.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Because I think that the way the schedule looks, like they're obviously going to win like a couple more games, but I still think that the winner of that division is going to go 4-12 or 5-11.
I totally agree. I don't think they have any more than 6 wins.
But I wonder if the NFL is going to make it, or if this is going to be a change of rule where they make them forfeit if you can't win like a certain amount of games.
I think they would have to.
Because look, if you go 5-11 and then you make the playoffs and get a home game, like I think that'll open Pandora's. I think next year they'll change it. They'll say something like, "Well, you either win you'll win your division, but you're not going to be a home team. You'll just be on the road."
Yeah.
Or they'll say, if you can't win a minimum of 8 games, then you can't even by winning your division won't be enough.
I would think like something like in that situation, I would think that they would make that division winner the automatic 7 seed.
Yeah.
They would have to.
Yeah. It would make sense. It would make sense, and I don't see why they won't do it this year. Shit, fuck it. So let me ask you guys this before we get out of here: who wins the NFC East? The Cowboys, the Washington football team, the Giants, or the Eagles? Who do y'all got? All terrible, but someone's got to win. Who wins? I mean,
well, before Dak Prescott's injury, I would have said Dallas, but now I'm thinking that it's going to be the Eagles.
Okay, what about you, Raptorsgurl? Who do you got to win that crappy division? Giants, Washington football team, Cowboys, or the Eagles?
I guess I'll also go with the Eagles. Might as well.
You know, as crazy as this sounds, like, as bad as all those teams are, like, I called an upset this year for the division winner, and I'm going to go ahead. I guess I'll stick by it. If my buddy Joe Haskins comes back in, I'll go with the Deadskins to win by default 5-11 and rep the NFC East. All right, guys. Well, that clears up Week 7 picks. I appreciate for having. Hopefully, I can do another pick video with you guys. You know.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely, we have to.
All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and talk on here a little more, but I'll sign us out of here. So, Raptorsgurl, I know you don't have a YouTube channel. JD, do you have a YouTube channel or no?
I don't. I just like to watch videos.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Hey, Raptorsgurl, make sure he subs to my channel. You know, I cover a lot of videos.
I think he did, right?
Yeah, I did.
No, I didn't know that. Hey, JD, did you see my hate week against Pittsburgh?
I did not. I'm gonna have to.
Oh my, dude, bro, I had like 4 hate. Dude, there's nothing but Steelers fans on YouTube. You got Steel Maiden, Erica Steele, Steel Jackson. You got Renegade 412, Muscles 28. You got Steel Lady. Y'all got a Steelers female that trash talks. And check this out. I had 7. Yeah, I had 7 bets, bro. 7 bets. You want to hear all of them? And I paid every bet on video. Check this out. I had to pour a 32 ounce of Budweiser over my head at a cold temperature in ice. It was so cold that my brain froze. I got the brain freeze, and my shoulder started flinching up on camera, and I'm still pouring it. So it's a 32 ounce bottle, and it felt like Niagara Falls because it was my brain started freezing, so it felt like that 10 seconds felt like an eternity.
Yeah.
It felt like Niagara Falls. Like, it just kept coming and coming. So then My next bet I had to do was I had to sing 2 fight songs, Steelers fight songs for Still Lady. And that's all on my channel, too, so I'll make sure I'll send you those videos. And then I also had to bust 25 eggs over my head, and I did it at a park. I just started busting eggs over my head. And then I also had to, what else? Oh, I had to pie myself in the face. And I'm sitting right here in my room, and I have the pie, and the camera's like right here, so you can see me from an angle, like diagonally. So when I pie myself in the face, the pie went up my freaking nose and got stuck, like pie crust. And it gave me sinuses, headaches for about a day straight. That was the most bets I've ever done in one. I'm part of what's called the Trash Talk Circle. So we make trash talk videos against other teams. So whatever your team is, whatever team you play that week, you'll make like, like let's say, for example, Steelers play Eagles. You put Steelers at Eagles hate week. So when it says hate week, the Trash Talk Circle already knows that means trash talk video. So they'll go on your channel. They'll say, I subbed you, sub back. And that's how you start getting to know everybody around the circle. That's why it's called Trash Talk Circle. It's a community on YouTube.
That sounds good.
And we do live stream. We do live streams. We do like A-Bomb hosts a live stream hangout called the Fallout Shelter, and like everybody from other teams go on there, and we all like talk football and stuff. Sometimes it gets heated. Other players, people go at it with each other, like rival teams or whatever, and it gets really cool, man. You got Cowboys Nation's got Simus, like he's a really good guy. I'll watch a lot of his content. And then you go to like places like the Giants. They got like the Giant. What do they call them? A Giants Mafia. It's got like 10 guys in their group, and they all make videos. Cop Pizzle's like one of the biggest ones on the group. And then you got different fan bases from different teams. So it's kind of fun, man.
Yeah, there's actually one guy. There's one guy on YouTube that I actually like. Brandon Perna.
Yeah.
That's good sports.
Yeah.
Wait, did you actually sign us out yet? Or is the thing still fucking going?
Oh, it's still going. I'm about to end it at the 20-minute mark because that'll be 50 minutes because I did 30 and then plus 17 is, 47? Yeah, so we'll talk for like 3 more minutes. But yeah, the Trash Talk Circle is really fun. Like, I hope Raptorsgurl gets into it one year. If, like, let's say she does it for her Browns, she'll be teaming up with Crazy Dog 99.
No, if I was to fucking do one, it would be for my Sooners, bro.
Oh yeah, well that would be sick. But if you did it for the Browns, you'll have a trash talker. Crazy Dog 99 is a Browns trash talker, so you and him would be on the same team.
Crazy Dog, that's true.
Yeah, and he's part of the Pick'em League too that I'm doing. So you and him would actually be trash talking. Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. Like I can't like honestly, Raptorsgurl. How do you think your Browns finish? Like you're 4-2 now. Where do you see your team finish? 10-6, 11-5. I mean like. 9-7, 7-9. I mean, where do you see them finish?
9-7.
Okay, do you make the playoffs?
No.
Okay, so you got them falling just right out?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you a question, JD. Where do your Steelers are 5-0? Where do you see them finishing?
I could see them at 13-3.
And what seed?
They'd probably be number 2 seed.
Okay, so you got them winning the North.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. And remember, you guys haven't played the Ravens yet. You still got to play them twice. I believe you still got the Browns one more time, and I think you got the Bengals once, right?
Yeah, we have Browns one more time, Bengals one more time, Ravens twice. So, like these next 3 weeks we're really gonna see where the team's at.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. At all the teams that are undefeated, let's say we got Steelers, we got Seahawks. Is anyone else undefeated, or is that it?
That's actually it, I think, because you would think the Chiefs.
Oh yeah, the Chiefs already lost. Yeah.
You Team Mahomes. Sorry, you'd think that they would still be undefeated with that upset.
Okay. Well, Steelers, I think the Seahawks are the only undefeated teams left in the NFL, if I'm correct, because Green Bay lost. So, out of those two teams, do we see a team go undefeated this year?
No.
Okay.
There's no undefeated team this year.
Okay. Now here's the question. Well, Raptors Girl, you feel the same way?
Yeah, there's no, definitely not.
Okay. All right. So here's going to be the golden question. Do the Jets go 0-16?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
Actually, no. Here's what happens. They go 0-15-1.
Well, okay. Just for shits and giggles, let's see who the Jets play, and we'll see their schedule. Okay. Jets schedule.
Okay, that'll be fun.
Okay, they're 0-6 now, so I'll read their games and you guys tell me win or loss, okay? All right, so
Or
they
tie.
all right, so, okay, they play the Bills next.
Loss.
Okay, so that's 0-7. They play the Chiefs.
Loss.
I agree. Okay, that's 0-8. They play the Patriots.
Loss.
I agree. They play the Chargers.
Loss.
Overtime.
Loss or win though?
Just the tie.
Oh, so you think they'll tie? Okay. Believe it or not, they could beat the Chargers though. They may that may be. Okay, they play the Laugh Out Dolphins, but that's Tua starting, so I'm gonna say no for that. What about you guys?
That's gonna be a loss there.
Yeah.
Okay, Raiders.
Loss. Definitely loss.
Definitely lost.
Seahawks.
Huge loss.
Loss.
Rams.
Loss.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
loss.
okay, in Week 16 they play your Cleveland Browns.
That's a loss.
Yeah, I hope it's a loss. I'm going with the tournament frame of mind that.
Okay, then they play the Patriots in Week 17.
Yeah, definitely loss. Yeah.
See, the only two games I can see the Jets winning is either Chargers or Browns. I'm not going to say they're going to win. They may lose those, but those are the only two that seem the most fair. Like out of all the like the lesser two evil argument, out of all their choices, those two seem the most possible. I think the Chargers they might win that one by luck.
Yeah, that's why I said that's gonna be a tie. It's gonna be like fucking 10-10.
I'll give you a scenario in which they could win that game.
Okay, give me a scenario.
The scenario would be that they fire Adam Gase like the week before that game, and someone else comes in.
Like Greg Williams, they got a defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
You know, Mr. Moohead.
So they win by defense, just that.
You know, Mr. Moohead roasted the shit out of Greg Williams because Moohead's he's a Browns video maker. Raptors don't know who he is.
Man, I fucking love the guy.
You know what he was saying about? I was watching a show today, and he was talking shit about Greg Williams. He was like, "Who would want a snarling little prick like him, like that little bitch in the locker room?" Who throws everyone under the bus and blames his losses on everybody else. He said, you know what? I'm kind of glad that little prick's in with the Jets because him and Adam Gase are a good fit. He's like, they could lose and they cause they cause nothing but turmoil. And Greg Williams blames everybody else but himself for his stupidity on defense. So he was like, so you know what? He's like that is a good fit for Greg Williams. He's like, that's a perfect fit for him to go 0-16. Like, he was just roasting the shit out of Greg Williams.
Oh, shit. Hey, do my boys, Proud and Hallman, still go on the show with Moohead?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Well,
What were you going to say, JD?
I tell you, no, as long as Sam Darnold's still seeing ghosts, I don't see them winning.
Yeah. To tell you the truth, man, I think the Jets are going to lose out. Okay. Now, let me ask you guys this. Let's assume the Jets lose, okay?
Yeah.
Name your... they'll become the fourth team in NFL history to lose every game, okay? Now, this is going to require a little knowledge, but if you had to pick the worst winless team out of those four, who would it be? You got the 77-78 Bucks. They went 0-14. Now, that was before my time, but my friend, the guy who sold me my car named Willie Jewelry used to play for them. and he played on special teams, and he sold me my old Ford. So I still have like his cards, and he had him signature. Now he's retired, but he used to be a used car salesman over here for Huffman Ford. He sold me my Ford Ranger. But anyways, you got them. Then fast forward to the Detroit Lions, who in 07 went 0-16, where they had Orlovsky at quarterback. And then you fast forward all the way to the Cleveland Browns, who went 0-16 a couple of years ago with Deshaun Kaiser. And then you would fast forward to the Jets with Sam Darnold. Who do y'all think would be the worst? See, I'm going to cross out Tampa Bay only because I don't know anything about that 77 season. But I know they were the first team to win no games. And that was when it was 14 games. They went 0-14. So I'm going to X them out only because I don't know who they had. I don't know any of their players other than that one guy. But I'm going to say, let's see. The Lions of 07, the Browns of 2017 or 2018, and then the Jets. Oh, God, that's a tough one. That's like if you put the Jets and the Browns at 0-16 and they played each other to see who was worse. And then put the Lions in, like have all three play on the field at the same time. That would be really cool. And then see who gets. Man, the Lions did stupid things in 07 because I remember like Orlovsky got the ball, like he had a shotgun play in the back of the end zone, and like he gets tackled. They like swipe the ball out of his hands. I think he was playing against the Vikings, and like he fumbled, and then so he picks the ball back up and he tries to throw it, and he ended up doing like a 360 in the air. Like he spun around to try to throw the ball out, and he just slipped and fell out of bounds. It was like, it was just a laughing stock. Like ESPN was roasting him the whole week.
Yeah.
And then the Browns, too, had some opportunities to win some games, but they kept losing at the end because of Hugh Jackson. And then, like, Deshaun Kaiser, I'll never forget that one play. It was against the Chargers where he throws the ball to Landry or whatever, and then, like, Landry, like, bobbled it, and he went out of bounds, and he's like, God damn it. We had a chance to win. You messed up the whole game. And Deshaun Kaiser throws like 4 picks like right after that. So Landry's like, yeah, that's your fault. We lost that one.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll tell you why it wouldn't be Tampa Bay. It's just because they were an expansion team.
Yeah.
And they had players on their team that nobody else wanted.
Oh, okay. Got you. Okay.
So
I mean, it's expansion teams. Nobody wants their fucking players on the expansion teams way back when. I mean, now it's like you're getting my best guy, but the only reason you're getting a guy that I don't want to give up is because you gave me some good draft picks. So that's what's been like the fucking situation lately with expansion drafts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Tampa Bay ended up going to the NFC title game like 4 years later.
Oh shit! See, he knows. JD has knowledge of it. He's because he.
But,
I mean, you wouldn't think. But,
okay, what about the other three? What about the other three ones? The Lions of 07, the Browns of.
Okay, it's not the Browns because they lost mainly from coaching decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a good team. They just weren't put in a position to win.
Okay.
Detroit, they really couldn't help themselves because they relied on one player that whole year. So I've got to go with the Jets here.
Nice.
I agree. I'll go with the Jets as well. Do you even know who was that quarterback that year that the Bucks went 0-14? Do you remember?
They had 3 quarterbacks. They had Steve Spurrier.
Ooh.
Terry Hanratty, and I
Ooh.
forget who the third one was, but he was terrible.
I like this guy, man. Since he likes to talk about football back. Nah, you know what? Since JD's on it, I don't know if he knows anything about the Houston Oilers, but I wish that Warren Moon and Earl Campbell would have played together. That's like, because Earl Campbell came in 77, I think the 77-78 season, because he won the Heisman that year with the Texas Longhorns and the national championship that year.
Mm-hmm.
And then the following year, he was drafted in the Oilers. And then Warren Moon didn't come in until 84. So when Warren Moon came in, like, Earl Campbell had already played like 5-6 years, was already dinged up, and then he played for the Saints and only I think he played like 7 games or something like that. Yeah.
Warren Moon had played in Canada for 6 years before he came to the NFL. So.
I didn't know that. He did?
Yeah, he was a fucking CFL boy, dude.
I didn't know that.
I got buddies that are a fan of him. My
Mm.
boy.
I didn't even know CFL existed that far back then. Holy shit.
The reason why Warren Moon had to play in the CFL for 6 years
Yeah.
is because it's because when he came out, because he came out like 2 years after Campbell. When he came out, he specifically said, "I am a quarterback," and teams wanted to draft him at other positions, and he said no.
Yeah. I didn't know that. See, that's some knowledge right there. But you know what's funny? Like, when Earl Campbell came in the league, I think we still had Dan Pastorini.
Yeah.
And Dan Pastorini came in the 1971 draft. And that was the year that Archie Manning got picked. I think, was he number 1, right? Archie Manning?
Yeah.
To the Saints?
He was number 1. Dan Pastorini was like...
Number 3.
The third quarterback take, and I think something like that.
Yeah, he was drafted at 3 by the Oilers. Yeah.
And that year the Oilers actually took 2 quarterbacks because they took Lynn Dickey in like the 5th round.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, like I was actually glad, and I know this is going to sound wrong. I was actually glad when Bum Phillips got fired from Houston because he made being a Steeler fan hard because games against Houston were tough.
Yeah, we played you guys in the AFC Championship game in 78 and 79. And y'all beat us. I think the first time y'all beat us like 31-5. Like, y'all killed us. And I don't know, was that in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, they both were in Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay. And then I know the second time y'all beat us, and then everyone talked about the Mike Renfro catch that should have been a touchdown but didn't happen. And then, like, they interviewed the referee, and he was like, yeah, I looked at the replay. Because, like, back then they didn't have instant replay, or it wasn't as efficient as it was now. And he's like, yeah, I made a bonehead call, and I kind of lost sleep for a couple days. But, oh, well, shit happens. Like, I mean, it is what it is, you know. But, man, the steel curtain was, like, that was the one thing I can say about the Houston Oilers. They went up against the 78 steel curtain, so that was kind of cool to see that.
And I always liked Jerry Glanville down in Houston. I thought he was a really good coach.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't agree with like the way his teams played, but you had to admire like how he was as a coach.
Oh yeah, hands down. Like I said, my favorite Oilers team. Well, I mean, honestly, like if you want to take it back to the AFL days, I would like to say my 60-61 Oilers that won 2 AFL titles were good, but then again, it really didn't count. And George Blanda was like the only like guy that was from there that was the notable guy because he played quarterback, tight end, field goal kicker, and he played on special teams. Like he was a placeholder. Like they played him at multiple positions, and he had a part-time job like outside of that as a roofer and a contractor. So when he left the Oilers, he went to Oakland and won a couple. I think he won a couple AFL titles for them too. So yeah, so that was pretty cool. And then after that, the NFL and the AFL like started going at it, and then they merged as one or whatever.
Yeah, I was, and actually, I was kind of sad when Houston left and went to Tennessee, only because it kind of messed up the rivalry that we had going.
Well, the rivalry between the Steelers and the Oilers was the 70s.
Yeah.
I think once we got to the 80s, I think we had a different rivalry going on with like the Broncos. Because they had knocked us out of a couple like wild card games, and we lost to the Chargers. We lost to you guys too in a wild card game. I think it was like 87 season or 88 or somewhere around there. But there was a stretch. And a lot of people don't talk about this. You have to watch your football and know. The Oilers made the playoffs for 7 years in a row because everyone says all the Oilers were trash. I'm like, actually, if you go back and look from 80, I think it was like 80. It was okay because the Oilers left in 96, and the last 3 years they didn't make the postseason. So from 92 to like 85, they made the playoffs every year for 7 years straight.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
But we lost in the wild card most of those games. We lost to the Broncos and Horsemouth a couple times. The Steelers beat us. I think Buffalo beat us one time. Yeah, they beat us in a wild card game where they came back. But and then of course the only like real win that we got was in the 70. Well, no, it was in 78 or 79. We beat no, we lost to the Bengals too. But yeah, we did lose to the Bengals one year. But in 78 and 79 we beat Dan Fouts and the Chargers in the divisional round. And that was like our biggest win ever in NFL history because like they were expected to go to the Super Bowl that year. They were and that year they only lost like 1 or 2 games. And we had like we caused Dan Fouts 5 turnovers in that game. And Earl Campbell ran for like 150 yards in that game. And we kicked their ass. And that was like the best, like our biggest highlight win ever.
Well, I'm still pissed about that game that we lost to Buffalo in the playoffs because it's the one when Frank Reich came in the second half and like just totally blew him off the field. But
yeah,
the thing that nobody talks about is the second touchdown that Buffalo scored when they were starting to make their comeback. Don Beebe, if you ever look at replays, Don Beebe ran out of bounds and came back in and caught the pass.
Okay.
And everybody on the field missed it, even the announcers.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
And I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, he ran out of bounds and came back in and caught the pass. Nobody pushed him out. He just ran out. That should be an illegal catch. And that would have destroyed their whole momentum right then.
Yeah. The Bills were down 35-3 to the Oilers at halftime. No, it was 32-3, I think. Right? And then
yeah, because what happened if they first play the second half? Frank Reich threw a pick 6.
Yeah.
So
and after that, the Bills came back. They actually took the lead, and then the Oilers came and tied it. Warren Moon scored like a touchdown on that drive. And like the funny thing about it is like football's so different today than it was back then because back then they played ultra conservative. So if you had like 2 minutes left, they just ran the clock out.
Oh shit.
But nowadays they try to run down to fill the score. But like we had an opportunity to score a touchdown, but they wouldn't do a hurry up offense. So like they were playing the conservative to get the field goal, and I'm thinking like, oh shit, I forgot the rules were different back then. You know,
It's funny because everybody like points at that game and the Super Bowl that the Falcons lost.
Yeah.
And they say this is why you should try and run the clock out in the second half if you're winning big. And I just said no, you should try and score as many points as you can while you can. Because you never know when a team's going to get hot.
Oh, yeah, I agree, hands down. Raptorsgurl, I can tell you're tired, huh?
Oh, no, I'm not tired. I'm looking at Facebook.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Man, you know, Raptorsgurl, did I tell you I lost 35 pounds?
Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, I got a, I don't mean to change the subject up on y'all, but yeah, when I got my job at Walmart, after COVID hit, and I needed to find work, like, I've been just, working in the back of a truck, like, 8 hours a day. So I actually brought my weight down from 260 to 225.
Oh, yeah, that would do it, definitely.
Yeah, it's like I actually canceled my membership to LA Fitness, and I had a LA Fitness membership for 4 years. And I never lost any weight, but when I got this job, I dropped 35 pounds and didn't even think twice. Like, I wasn't even trying to lose weight. It's just all my managers were like, "Damn, dude, you lately lost weight. Have you checked the scale?" I'm like, "No, I haven't." They're like, "Dude, you lost like at least 20 pounds." I'm like, "Just go check the scale, see what it says." I'm like, "All right." So, I'm real frantic about checking the scale because like I'm afraid that the number, like if the number's close to my weight, I always like get psychologically fucked in the mind. So so I just stopped using the scale for about a year or two. Because I'm like I don't like what I am anyway. But when I got on the scale, it said 225 pounds. I was like, wow, I haven't weighed that much or that low since like 2013. So it was like a big accomplishment. 7 years was the last time I weighed that much.
Yeah, see, that's awesome right there.
And like the older you get, the harder it is to lose weight. It is. Because it's just part of the aging process. Like as you get older, man, and you don't take care of yourself, it really shows twice as much.
Well, you know what? Like, as soon as I hit 40, like my weight went up to damn near 200 pounds.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was a person who was used to weighing like 150, 160 my entire life.
Yeah, because I've had people tell me all the time, like, man, I used to be in great shape in high school and shit. Now I can't even lose 10 pounds. I'm like, it's hard when you get older, man, because your body just lets go. You know, that's why, like, if you notice, you see all these NFL players and these NBA players, like, they're all in shape, but 5 years after they're out of the league, they're all like fucking humongous.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me ask you.
Those like fucking linebackers need to be fat as fuck though. Like they have to, because it's a certain position that they play. They have to be really big bone.
Well, one person who's not playing right now and still like looks the same as he did on the field, James Harrison.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, his workouts were insane though. And
y'all sound like y'all gave me that awkward silence. Y'all fucking disagree with my linebacking statement, or
what?
No.
Oh, okay.
The linebackers eat. Well, I know. Like, I was watching like this old documentary on the NFL, and they talked about how the offensive linemen would actually get in trouble if they went under a certain weight. So like they couldn't, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, a buddy of mine played for U of H, and he told me like their diet consists of like 10,000 calories a day, because like they're constantly working out and lifting weights. So you can't eat like a 3,000 calorie meal, because then you're gonna still lose weight from all the working out. So they got to eat 10,000 to maintain it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so when he got out of the league, because he got hurt so much playing football, he had like 8 concussions. His career at U of H didn't last. But he told me that when you still have that same mentality to eat. So he was eating 10,000 calories a day, and it just completely threw his whole body off course. Yeah, and he wasn't in the NFL, he wasn't in college anymore, so he wasn't working out. So like he told me it was a hard way to go from like the pro or the semi-pro to back to a normal life. Like he told me it was really hard. Like he said he was eating 10,000 a day for like a couple of years, and then he said he finally had to go on like a diet and change his whole like diet around.